Welcome back, everybody. For those of you who don't know who I am, my name is ZGCT, and as part of my previous video on my Libromancer deck profile, I said I would make a combo guide. As promised, here is the video. Now, just a quick disclaimer, I did edit the deck to some extent. For the main deck, I cut out the Fright Cyphering Driver and the 3 Cyphering Gear Gammas, and replaced them with Call by the Grave and 3 copies of Infinite Permanence. And for the extra deck, I believe I took out the Dark Charmer, and replaced it with a Baguska. And what else did I cut out? I think I also cut out Herald of Mirage Lights and replaced it with Draco Berserker of the Tenyi. Alright, aside from that, I'll show you the most important parts of this deck. Now, the way that the deck works, unfortunately, since the way the archetype is designed, you need to have a virtual monster in your hand to make things work. So there's no real one card combos in this deck, which is a very unfortunate weakness. So you have to carefully manage your resources as to make sure that you have some way to get to a virtual monster in your hand by the start of your next turn. However, the 3 most important cards will definitely help facilitate this, and those 3 cards are what I like to call the trifecta. Those being Libromancer First Appearance, Libromancer Geek Boy, and Libromancer Fire. These 3 create a really good resource loop at the start of each of your turns, and they function in a sort of triangle-like formation. Because assuming you have any ritual monster in your hand plus any 3 of these cards, you have full combo. You basically have full combo. Because let's see. Because let's take it. Look at it this way. If you have Fire, you can add Geek Boy. Geek Boy can add the First Appearance, which can add you any other Libromancer that you may need. If you have First Appearance, you can add Fire to add any Libromancer monster you need. And if you have Geek Boy, and if you have just Geek Boy, you can add First Appearance into Fire and do it. Basically, these 2 can essentially search each other out, while this searches whatever else you may need. Either way, Geek Boy will probably be the more important card overall, which is why we played 3 copies of Emergency Teleport in this deck, instead of something like Silent Mining in order to add Libromancer Fire, since unfortunately you have to discard you have to send a card from your hand to the graveyard as cost, and this deck unfortunately does not have the resources to be spending on stuff like Silent Mining. Alright, and with that, those are the 3 most important cards of the deck, along with your boss monster Doombroker. Now I'll show you some quick combos that you can pull off. Alright, now we'll assume that you have the worst hand you can possibly have that still goes off would probably be Libromancer Mystic Girl and the field spell Libromancer First Appearance. These 2 together are probably going to be your worst hand should you open it turn 1. Turn 2, this is actually a pretty decent hand, because Mystic Girl can, of course, on Special Summon, negate the effects of one monster your opponent controls and reduce its attack to 0. But anyways, what you would want to do in this particular situation, you would activate First Appearance, and since you don't control anything, it allows you to add any Libromancer monsters, which you would add Fire. Then you would activate Fire, Special Summon him, and on his effect, you would add a copy of Libromancer, just give me a second, Magic Girl. Right here, you activate Magic Girl, now you have 2 level 4s, and and as such, you can overlay them for a defense position Baguska. Now this is honestly probably the worst hand you can possibly have, but it at least keeps you alive against most decks. And remember, this is just a 2-card combo. Now the best possible opening hand you can have would be Libromancer, either Libromancer Geek Boy or Libromancer Fire. Doesn't matter either or, plus Diviner of the Herald. Now there are a few combos you can make depending on how you want to approach turn 1. And for the sake of this video, we'll use Fire since it technically provides one more search overall throughout the combo. And this is a combo that you would want to make assuming your opponent has Nibiru. You'll start off by normal summoning Diviner of the Herald using its effect to send a copy of Herald of the Arclight to the graveyard. Using Herald of the Arclight's effect, you would add to your hand a copy of Libromancer Doombroker. Well, you can also add. Never mind. Now you can use Fire's effect, revealing your Doombroker, to special summon him, and use his effect to add to your hand Libromancer Geek Boy. Do the same, and this time you get yourself Libromancer First Appearance. If you already have First Appearance, I would recommend adding Libromancer Bonded so that you can try to set up your Fire Burst during as soon as you can. But anyways, right here, this is your 3rd summon. But here you can activate First Appearance, allowing you to add Libromancer Mystic Girl to your hand. Magic Girl, I mean. Use her effect, special summon her. Alright, let's see here. Then, using your level 6 Herald and your level 4 Libromancer Fire, you can make Baron de Fleur so that if they have Nibiru, you can just negate it. Let's see here. And finally, you would want to activate First Appearance, tributing your Magic Girl and Geek Boy to bring out Doombroker. Use his effect to set Libromancer Intervention to your field. And I feel like I misplayed some of the combo. But no. This is the best possible combo you can have using those 2 cards on their own. But this is assuming you have your opponent. This is assuming that you want to play around the fact that your opponent may have a Nibiru. So you would probably negate it using Baron during at the start of your opponent's next turn. You can use Baron's effect to bring back, I would assume Diviner of the Herald. Well, there are 2 possible ways to continue playing at the start of your opponent's standby phase. If you bring back Libromancer Fire, you can search a card in order to have follow-up on the next turn. Or you can special summon Diviner of the Herald in defense, sending Entis if they already have a monster in the field, to immediately destroy it. You would want to send Diviner of the Herald to send another copy of Herald of the Arclight to add yourself a copy of Soribus, the Ancient of Ascended, so that you can protect your Doombroker in case if they try to negate, in case if they want to try to disrupt your intervention through Doombroker, since it has to return him to the hand in order to negate a card. But yeah, that's a pretty decent 2-card combo there. Another useful combo you can make using Libromancer Fire and Diviner of the Herald, this time assuming that your opponent does not open with Nibiru, or ash or any. Of course, these combos are all assuming that they don't have any useful hand traps now. The normal summon Diviner of the Herald. Use its effect to send Herald of the Arclight. Arclight's effect activates, allowing you to add a copy of Libromancer. Where is he? Doombroker. Now you do your Fire Geek Boy line. Now here you would add Libromancer Magic Girl as previously done. You would use Magic Girl, summon her out. Now this time you use Herald first appearance, attributing your Herald your Diviner of the Herald to bring out your Doombroker using Diviner of the Herald's effect. Special summon a Cyber Egg Angel, and Cyber Egg Angel on its summon allows you to add Ritual Sanctuary. Alright, now this is all the Ritual Summon you would do this turn, because right here you actually have some pretty good plays to go off. For example, you can turn both Fire and Magic Girl into a Baguska for more protection. Afterwards, you can send first appearance to the graveyard, and if you have a spell in your hand, you can add any combination of Cyber Angel Benton, Soravis the Ancient and Ascended, or Libromancer Mystic Girl if you discard a spell. Hell, you can even add a Libromancer Bonded. These are all cards that you can add to your hand with the first effect of Ritual Sanctuary by discarding a spell. Sorry about that. The more important thing, the most beneficial part of this combo would be discarding a spell, because its second effect allows you to shuffle back 2 spells to target a Light Fairy, which would be Divine of the Herald, and special summon it, not giving you 2 level 2 monsters, including a tuner, and of course that makes you another copy of Diviner of the Herald. Now under Baguska it wouldn't work since it would be negated. Overall it also does have a pretty good floodgate effect where any monster sent from the hand or main deck to the graveyard is banished instead. So if they have a way to out your Baguska, that would actually be pretty useful. And of course, before you summon your Baguska, you would want to set your Libromancer Intervention for further plays. So yeah, again here there's a pretty good board. Of course, the only thing that's an outlier is that Geek Boy just kind of stays around as an extra body. Oh well, but yeah. Those are some pretty decent 2-card combos you can pull off in this deck. The deck is rather flexible in what it can do, depending on what you add. So let's go over just a random hand. Alright. I'll shuffle it up a bit. I would pile shuffle, but that takes a bit of time. Alright, good cut. Alright, and let's see. First appearance, Preparation of Rites, Diviner of the Herald, Infinite Impermanence, and Libromancer Magic Girl. Alright, this is actually a pretty decent hand. It's not full combo, but it's pretty good nonetheless. So for example, in this hand right here, you basically have a guaranteed way to add a ritual monster through these 3 cards, and we'll see where it goes from there. You'll normal summon Diviner of the Herald, sending your Arclight. Arclight allows you to add basically anything. So we'll just add Benton in this case. Now we activate first appearance, grabbing ourselves a Libromancer Fire. We'll use Fire, revealing the Benton we just added, summon it. its effect, allowing us to get a copy of Libromancer Origin. Alright, here I guess we can add, we can use preparation of rights to add ourselves a copy of Toravis the Ancient and Ascended for protection, should they have Imperm, if they haven't used their Imperm. If you feel cautious about them opening Imperm, I would recommend activating the preparation of rights and immediately adding the Toravis so that your Diviner of the Herald, Libromancer Fire, or Geek Boy can't be negated. Here, I guess you can also activate Magic Girl, revealing any of the rituals you just added, since they already know that you added those. Afterwards, you can activate First Appearance, tributing your Ben 10. Ben 10 allows you to get yourself another Diviner of the Herald, or actually, here you actually want to add Mystic Girl, because Magic Girl's effect is that during your opponent's turn you can ritual summon a Libromancer monster using by tributing monsters from your hand or field. And of course, Mystic Girl is meant to pair up with it, since when this card is just special summoned, it can target a monster your opponent controls, negate its effects, yada yada. I've already said this. We would use Doombroker's effect here to set a where is it? Libromancer Intervention. You would set it in that column because the metal column is where you're going to place your Imperm later on. Alright, afterwards, here you actually have two possible options to go about. Actually, yeah. Alright, so the plan after this would be we'll use First Appearance, tributing your Diviner, special summon your Mystic Girl. And now we get to use Diviner of the Herald's effect to special summon a level 2 or lower fairy monster from your deck, this case being Cyber Egg Angel. Egg Angel activates, allowing us to add a Ritual Sanctuary. Alright, now here we can take the Magic Girl and the Mystic Girl. Wait. Actually, yeah. We take both of these and turn it into a Baguska. Now everything's in defense, but that doesn't really matter. Then, since you're done Ritual Summoning this turn, you activate Ritual Sanctuary, and using Rituary's effect, you can shuffle back Preparations and First Appearance to bring back your Herald. Yeah. And now that you have two level 2 monsters, including a tuner and a level 4, you can, depending on what you feel like might be more important, you can either make, say, Frame Lord Omega, Draco Berserker of Titini, or a copy of Herald of the Arclight. In reality, the choice is yours. In this case, I will be making Herald of the Arclight for further disruption. And there you go. That's pretty good board right there. You have Baguska for Floodgate, 2 and 3 negates. Assuming that they get rid of your Baguska, you have 3 negates. If you get rid of Herald, that's a search at least. I mean, yeah, it's not the best possible combo I could have made, but it's still a combo that I like. And alright, let's give another hand a shot. actually. And now that we showcase what general plan is on turn 1, I guess I would have to explain what your main form, what you want to do once you're able to have a battle phase. You mainly want to depend on these four cards are your ultimate end goal. These being, give me a second. Libromancer Doombroker, Firestarter, and Fire Burst, along with Libromancer Bonded, are your end goal, preferably. Well, Doombroker is your main boss monster. Throughout most of your most duels, you're always going to be trying to get Doombroker immediately on the field. Because not only does it have pretty good stats, it can also attack directly for about a third of their life, for almost a third of their life points. And if it does damage, you can target one of their monsters and shuffle that back into their deck, getting rid of problematic cards such as Kashtira Shinraira and let's see what else. Just generally difficult to out boss monsters, either because they have higher attack or they just can't be destroyed at battle or card effects. Firestarter, he's not the most useful, but he's, again, still a card I feel like is necessary playing, because while he's on the field, you can't really get rid of him if he's in defense position, since he can't be destroyed or banished by card effects. And every time your opponent activates a card or effect, he slowly gains more stats until he caps out at 3,000. And Libromancer Bonded is perfect if you already have Firestarter on the field, plus any combination of levels that equal 4 or more. So for this instance, we'll use Fire. Because if you Ritual Summon Libromancer Fireburst using Firestarter on the field, it passes this guy's abilities onto him so that he can't be destroyed by or banished by card effects. And on his own, since he was Ritual Summoned using a monster on the field, he can deal double battle damage, in addition to not being able to be destroyed by battle. So he's basically indestructible unless they have a kaiju or they can bounce him. On top of that, he can attack monsters twice, which should easily let you get into an OTK. And every time that he attacks, anytime any attack is declared, you can banish a Libromancer Ritual to make this card gain 200 attack. So there's these two cards on the field. You can attack directly with Doombroker, get rid of any problematic monster for 25. That should leave them at 5,500 life points. Then if they have any monsters that any other monster, you can attack into it, deal maybe a good chunk of damage, and finish them off for 5,600 damage minimum. If you summon him using the bonded Firestarter combo, then that's actually 6,000 damage, which is more than enough to finish them off. So yeah, that's your game plan turn 2 and onward. Again, Doombroker first, try to lead up into this later on. Alright, and now that we establish your main strategy, we'll talk a bit about the side deck. Let's see. Well, for general, I would almost always, actually, if you win the first game, chances are they're going to make you go second. And as such, you would want to play, I would always recommend playing your Mind Control and Change of Heart along with Feather Duster. They might be playing more spells and traps to add, since most floodgates are that. And Change of Heart and Mind Control are easy ways to out most of your opponent's boss monsters, because it's no longer theirs for that turn. In addition to that, I would also recommend either siding in Dark Ruler No More, in case if they make cards that you feel like you may not be able to out, or Raigeki in case if you just want to go in for the kill. These 3 absolutely. These 6, it depends on your personal preference. Again, if you have something like Lightning Storm, I would recommend that, but the benefit over playing Raigeki is that it can also destroy your opponent's defense position monsters should they play into defense. Not that that matters, since Doom Broker can attack directly anyways. Yeah, these 9 cards I would recommend when siding in first, going second. If you're going first, I would recommend There Can Only Be One and Cosmic Cyclone. Since almost all of your cards have different types, you should have no difficulties summoning out everything. The only exceptions, of course, being Libromancer, the fire attribute monsters, since they are all Cyberburst as well. That's the only stipulation with the rest of the deck, really. I guess, too, if you already have Diviner of the Herald out on the field, you can't summon Mystic Girl since they're both fairies. But again, that's something that rarely ever comes up. Something as well as like Herald. They'll probably get rid of the Tikaboo if that card happens to be a problem for their deck. Let's see. And yeah. Now, I'm also going to recommend what cards you can side out during games 2 and 3. Well, for starters, you can cut out Libromancer Mystic Girl, Libromancer Prevented, and Libromancer Magic Girl, along with Libromancer Agent. These 4, while they are useful, if you know you're going to go first, I would recommend keeping everything but Agent. But if you're going to go second, maybe also cut out Prevented, and I guess Magic Girl too. Mystic Girl, you can possibly stay in the deck, but I almost always cut her out as well. Other cards to cut out, you can cut out Cyber Egg. Cyber Egg Angel stays. You can possibly cut out copies, a copy of Ritual Sanctuary, Emergency Teleport, Geek Boy. Where is it? Sor Avis, if you know they're not playing any cards that target your monsters, and Libromancer Benton. Aside from that, and if you feel like it's not important, also cut out the fire ritual package. So yeah, all of these cards I would recommend cutting out if you have to cut out anything. Again, it depends largely against what decks you're playing against. How many are these? Yeah, these 12 cards will probably be the easiest ones to cut out. Then, if you're really desperate, also cut out your other copy of Ritual Sanctuary and Egg Angel. And I don't know, something else like Libromancer Displaced, I would also recommend cutting out, since the most important trap card in your deck is the Intervention, since that is an Omni-Negate. Aside from that, that's everything I really have to show you guys. If you found this information helpful, please leave a like or a comment down below, because, well, I'm still learning the game a bit, and I'm still trying to learn how to make videos, and I would really appreciate any feedback. So if you could, just please leave a comment down below if you actually bothered to watch it all the way through. I highly appreciate any interactions. And alright, I'll see you guys next time. This was my Libromancer combo guide of sorts. And I'll see you guys next time. Take care.